Hello there, I'm Karen Kilner and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK, and welcome back to my beginners class for card making and stamping. To recap, we've looked at how to cut a card base and we've looked at the stamps, and we've made a simple card. And if you remember, this was the simple card that we made. We just stamped on the actual card, if you can remember. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at some adhesives, and we're going to step the card up a little bit. So here we go. Now the adhesives, there's a whole page of adhesives on. Let me just bring that in so you can see. There's a whole page of adhesives, if it focuses. There we go. And as you can see, we have quite a few of them. They're all used for different things. This is the adhesive sheets. Let's go back out again. They are sheets of adhesive, and they're double-sided, so it's really good for when you're doing some really delicate dies. You can stick this on the back, cut out your die, and they're brilliant for that. But we're not going to be using that for the time being, so I'm not going to explain that too much because I don't want to blind you with science. And same with the dimensionals. We'll look at the dimensionals, and as it says, it will give the card a bit of dimension. It lifts your projects up a little bit. There's some strips, foam adhesive strips, and these are brilliant for shaker cards. You're not going to know you may not know what a shaker card is, but don't worry about that. We'll probably be doing something like that, and it's probably a little bit more advanced. There's some mini glue dots. These are good for if you've got some little embellishments that you want to stick on, or ribbon or anything like that. These are brilliant. They come in a reel of, and they're all stuck on. I don't know whether you can see, they're all stuck on the paper there. And there's some fine tip glue, which is what it says. It's, whoops. She says it's probably all stuck down because I've got it now. It's really good for fine detail and putting on some embellishments and things. But in the catalogue, and if you haven't got a catalogue and you want one, then just leave a note on my a request on my website, which the link is down below. If you just press that, that'll come back to that, and then you can see the website. And there's something called Snail, which is probably really useful for you at the moment for what we want it for. Or there's double-sided tape, which is extremely useful, and it is what it says on the tin. It's, you pop it on your card and you take the top off, and you can stick your top piece of card on. And there's the good old multi-purpose liquid glue. It's got, let me open it, it's got two ends. This is the end most commonly used, and it's got a bigger end at the other side, so that if you've got a bigger area you can just put your glue on there. So these are the ones that you probably need, and it's up to you what you want and what's easier for you and what you feel you want to, which would like. With the glue, if you use that, when you're trying to put something on straight at first, it gives you a little bit more wiggle room, so that's probably quite a good one to do. The tape is probably a little bit more difficult, because if you put it on wrong, you've had it really, and the same with the snail. So let's step up the card and see where we go, and see which one I'm going to use. So if you remember, it's the card. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Got it the wrong way around. I like it that way around. And I've got some of the Whisper White thick cardstock for the base, and I'm going to cut that at 4 1/8. That's half. The templates are on lesson 1 if you want to go back to the templates again to find out what to do. And then I'm going to score it at 5 7/8. Now all of the details of all the sizes and everything will also be on the blog, so you don't need to worry about writing them down. So that's the piece of card. Then to stamp on, I'm going to use the ordinary Whisper White, which is slightly thinner and a bit shinier, and it's perfect for stamping. And I'm going to cut that at 3 inches and 4 7/8. Oops, we're going to get it right. There we go. And then for a bit of pop of colour, we used Coastal Cabana last time, so we're going to stick with that. So we're going to go with 5 inches and 3 1/8. There we go. So what we're doing, it's called matting and layering. So I'll just fold the card, and if you remember, you fold it and then you burnish it, as we say, with your bone folder, and then it gives you a lovely crease, and then you'll be able to, and that's your card base. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this piece of colour on. Now what I'll do is I'll use the glue and the tear and tape, so then you can see the difference in what we do. So with the glue, you just put a little bit it on over the card. If it does splodge out a little bit, it does dry clear, so you don't have to worry about it. There we go. Marking your card. So I'm going to put that so it's roughly in the middle there. So it's got a nice white border. And then I'm going to do the stamping. So if you remember, as I say, we use the Coastal Cabana, and we've used the Love What You Do stamp set. So we're going to do the background again, and I'm going to use quite a large stamp set, so I'm going to pop that down, press that on there. If you remember, the ink pad opens up, and we're going to put the ink pad to the stamp, and I'm gonna just pop it there and press quite firmly. There we go. So I'm going to close that up again. We'll be going through ink pads and what we can do with them next time, and we'll step up the card a little bit further. Then we're just going to need some, excuse me, we're going to just need some black, and we use the Memento Tuxedo Black, and we're going to put the flower on the top. And again, take the pad to the stamp and pop that like that. There we go. And then we're going to put the sentiment on, and it's a beautiful day, and it certainly is today. I'm filming this way ahead of time because I'm off on a cruise. So when you're watching this, I should be in the Baltic somewhere, I think, leaving my son to look after the house. Scary. There we go. And then we'll put "It's a Beautiful Day" there. So then all we need to do is stick that on there, and it looks very different to the first one. That pop of colour makes it really look nice. So I'll show you how we use the tape this time, and I've got my glue scissors. I don't use my best scissors for cutting tape and things, and you just put it to the edge and cut it down. There we go. I like to put it on all four sides. Now you'll see various ways of it being put on, but a good way to be able to get it straight is if you take the top bit off and then bring the sides down and sort of so that it's halfway, and just give it a bit of a crease. Oops. And the bottom bit. I've broken all my fingernails. Right then, so what you can do is you then, I've taken the bottom bit off, that's okay. So with the bottom bit, because that's the bit that's got the tape, I just line that up, and it's an 1/8 of an inch difference. So I'm going to stick that down there and then let that just sit on the card, and then what you can do is you can just pull that strip, and then that strip, and hopefully you've got a straight card. So it'd be good if you have a go. So get yourself some sort of adhesive. As I say, you can buy the snails in quite shops, and double-sided sticky tape and glue. But if you want to buy it from Stampin' Up, go to my shop. You'll find it on my webpage, and everything you need will be there. So see you next time. As I say, we'll be looking at the ink pads that are in a little bit more detail, and what we'll do is we'll step up this card a little bit more and put a little bit more colour on that card. So see you soon. Take care. Bye.